All right, guys. It is the semi-finals. We've got Solar down here in the bottom left. It's ESL Weekly NA 229. And he's not only got his hatchery down, avoiding the probe block, but he's also snuck a drone across to go and build a proxy hatchery. herO is doing the 4 probe pull response, single gateway. Chrono's an adept across, so he's going to try and do 1 to 2 adept pressure while the Zealot and the probes do defend. But, oh, look at that. Evo Chamber, hatchery cancels. You get 3/4 of the cost back. An Evo Chamber only costs 75 minerals. Normally you can't build an Evo Chamber here, but a hatchery while it's building actually spreads creep underneath itself gradually. So that's actually awesome. Drone microing around, doing its thing. Okay, so herO does tend to beat Solar, which I always find kind of crazy because their games are a little chaotic. I always feel like, though, Solar doesn't have the it factor against herO of making comebacks, whereas herO can always make comebacks against Solar. So his openings are also just excellent. I mean, you guys heard me earlier today talking about just how good herO's openings are. Even though they're a little more unpredictable than some other Protoss players like MaxPax or whatever, dude, he's just so good at keeping up pressure. And I feel like when you open with a hatchery block like this, it almost forces him to be aggressive with his adepts, and I think that plays into his favor usually. But we'll see how it goes. There is a Stargate, very delayed, into an extra Robo. Overlord hasn't seen it. I would have loved Solar to poke forward with that Overlord, but not going to. Oh, he knows Link Speed's not done for a little while. Oh, mistake. That drone rallying through. But the Adepts get surrounded. Oh, herO gets a bit too cocky there, stopping to attack when he could have just ran to the right on in that little area off creep. But he got a bit too aggressive there and trying to run down the ramp, gets surrounded. It's still overall, I think, decent for him because look at the trading. And this Stalker is going to try and hang out over there. Just that Oracle, of course, will spot the high ground, allowing him to finish it off. Oh, good adept micro there for herO. Picks off a Zergling. No Link Speed means you really cannot chase that down just yet. 2 queens in the main, 2 in the natural, and a 5th queen building on the 3rd base. Solar looking pretty solid. Will he build spore crawlers? I feel like you have to delay your spores as much as possible, and because the whole point of this build is you're delaying him, and you know with the Stalker there that he's going to wait for the Oracle to kill you, and you go, okay, now I'll build spores. Since I know once that's dead, the Oracle probably comes across the map. You know, it is what it is. We'll see how we go. Stalker and Adept do manage to deflect the Zergling. Stalker's going to go after the Overlord. And as that Overlord dies... Oh, hello! herO oopsing. Making a little oops there. A little oops, a little R. Adept Zealot. Dude, that positioning on the Adept Zealot. This Watchtower is such an annoying fiddly place for Zerg players to deal with. Glaive Adept's already on the way behind it. And 4 gateways. Wow, 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 wow. 3rd base is kind of delayed. But Solar messed up the opening, so it's not as obvious to tell. Like, I mean, he messed up herO's opening with that proxy hatch. I'm not saying, oh, he made a mistake. I'm saying he slowed the openings down, so it's harder to make these reads. Like, normally you're like, oh, these 2 oracles seem a little slow. He squeezed something else in there, and you can kind of figure out there might be a quick Twilight. Oh, he's going to keep going. Okay, this is one of a crazy herO move. Sometimes they pay off with lots of drones. Sometimes he just loses his oracles. Pretty good steering so far, and there's only 1 queen here. It's paying off. He might lose an oracle, but he's going to get so much damage. He can always pull it back. 6 drones, super worth. That's what I find really difficult with herO, because you always want to go forward to intercept the oracles, but they're so fast, and he's so good at kind of driving these wide circles around your bases, and you end up pulling all your queens to defend 1 base, you manage to defend the 2nd base, and then he somehow gets to the 3rd base, and it's always a little under-defended, and the oracles find the damage. Now, the oracles have scared him back. He's about to find out about the massive depths incoming. Oh, geez. Solar's way ahead on workers, but how long is that going to last? Oh, dirty shade there. A bit of a dirty shade from herO. He will lose 1 adept on the left immediately. He's going to go for the queens. He's actually straight up fighting this, which is wild. Thought he'd go for the drones a little bit more. And herO, he's probing behind this. I don't know if this is enough damage. Okay, he cleanses the Zerglings real quick. Dude, is there no Roach Warren? Oh, there's no Roach Warren. Solar was so greedy. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, the damage is definitely gonna get in. Never mind, guys. I thought we would have had roaches on the way, but of course that production tab was telling us, hey, he can't build anything but Zerglings. There's Adepts at the front. These Adepts are going to shade down here. 13 drones going down, and that is a delicious Adept timing. This is what I said about sometimes proxy hatching herO plays in his favor, because then he's in your face with Adepts the whole time because his Nexus was delayed. And then he's also saying, well, let's follow up with something else janky here and get in your face and surprise you. And Solar a little too greedy there. I mean, it's always good to have things like an Evo Chamber and a fast melee versus Blink, but if you get surprised by Glaive Adepts, those Zerglings don't do much. All right, guys, herO with a nice game one surprise there. That Twilight Council just slid right in there, didn't it? And Solar did not see it coming. Solar had a good worker advantage. So I think the game was pretty even after the early game, but Solar just played a bit greedy and obviously didn't have enough scouting. It's a bit too pinned back by those oracles. It's frustrating, man. Those oracles flying around and getting those 6 drones on the third. It's so annoying. herO 2-0'd me in like 5 minutes earlier today, for those who don't know. It was like the feeling of powerlessness when herO pulls off one of those smooth openings and you make 1 or 2 mistakes. Now, I made a few big mistakes, obviously, but it's this thing where herO, once he gets going with that aggression, it is hard to stop. It's like trying to Spider-Man a moving train. You know, where he's like the scene where he's got like the webs he's shooting out on both sides and he's trying to hold the train back from going over the end of the tracks. It kind of feels like you're doing that, except unlike in the movie, you're not Spider-Man, so you're just gonna get pushed over and crushed. Hatchery there as well. Adept coming in. So the weird thing about this opening, guys, is the choke point is on the outside of the wall off, which means it's hard to secure this third base. I don't know. I mean, it's a good choke point in that it's a long, thick choke point that's really easy to wall off behind it, but it's on the wrong side of the wall off. So I'm torn. Like all herO wall-offs, it has extreme benefits and extreme downsides. herO wall-offs are never just safe and generic. They're always like, it's really good at this and really bad at that. And you're like, okay. So normally you want the opening here, so it's easier to move between your bases and defend. Whereas if they've got a big, scary army, you're kind of cowering at your third, and then they rotate to attacking your natural. How do you get out there to move into the base? Well, you can't without exposing yourself too much. So it definitely gets very tough. Adept shading around. Guys, I know you're afraid of homos, but don't, come on, no homophobia in here. Oh, hemophilia. Yes, I was asking about what the blood clotting, the lack of blood clotting disease. That was a dumb joke. That was very, I can't, I've just had 5 people in chat at once say hemophilia because I've got 2-minute delay on while I'm, of course, recording the weekly cup, and everyone just responded to my question earlier about what is that? What's that disease called again? So dumb. Ooh, double creep tumor snipe into cancel. I mean, yeah, good. Not good if you lose both adepts. Solar getting the punish on. Oh, that adept avoiding this around. Oh, she lubed herself up. Look at that. It's a slippery adept. If she gets home, that's great. Stalker's going to take out the Overlord. The adept will go down now unless the Oracle instantly turns on its laser when they jump on him. And doesn't instantly turn on the laser, which means adept goes down. Oracle still doesn't turn the laser on, which is kind of good patience there. You tell Solar's like, damn it, turn your laser on. I want to waste your energy, dude, but isn't quite able to get it. Evo Chamber's going to go down again. We all know how powerful herO's Blink aggression is, and after playing a Glaive Adept opening, it's very likely for him to play Blink in the next game. Ling's coming in. Single Adept gonna, of course, dissuade them. Oracles looking around, forcing the drones off the line. I mean, this is damage. You're forcing drones around. You are wasting mining time, and you're just gonna end up diving anyway. Get 3, 4. Not worth losing an Oracle necessarily, but 5 and not losing an Oracle. I mean, these can both still be used defensively. That's pretty damn good first damage, and extra Oracle on the way. Forge and Twilight goes down. 3rd, 4th, 5th gateway on the way as well. Hello. Oh, sorry. No, he only has 1 gate in the wall, so that's just going to 4 gates. Normally, I'm used to 3 gateways at this time being added on top of 2, but that's 3 gateways on top of the initial 1, so fair enough. Adepts are here. You do not want to get surrounded by that, my friend, but Solar is like, not with an Oracle here. I don't want to fight. Now, these Oracles probably want to go out the left side, see if they can maybe grab a few of these drones on the way out. He's going to go out the right. Spore's really well positioned for that, though, so not much opportunity. You can grab 1 or 2. Oh, 2 drones, takes a bit of damage, gets out. Good play. It's a lot of Zerglings. That battery's out in the open, but a few Adepts of Stalker and the Oracle Laser scaring him off. Solar is down in work as he's about to take the lead for the first time in this game. So he's slight advantages coming his way. He has a quick 4th. If I had to weigh up who's ahead and behind, I'd say, well, units lost tab is obviously good for herO. Worker count's dead even. The fact that we got 3 more gateways coming, it feels like 7-gate Blink is going to hit pretty early if he remembered Blink. Problem is he forgot to make Blink this game, guys. Oh god, he just chrono boosted a Blink upgrade that's not happening. Guys, he doesn't realize he thinks Blink is about to finish. Oh no! herO. What are we doing? Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. Stalker, Adept, Oracle up there in the top. Oh, trying to pull back. Careful, careful. Guys, he still hasn't started Blink. You know he's just going to be like trying to tap the Blink button going, why isn't it done yet? I guess it's going to finish in a few seconds. He still has not realized that it's not being made. And now he realizes that he starts Charge. He's like, well, we've missed the boat on Blink being useful. Let's just go straight to Charge. Dude, you got to go splash damage. In this scenario, take more gases and splash damage, I think, is the only play. But he's still pressuring with non-Blink Stalkers. And you're not going to fit them all in a recall as well. This is so risky if he gets overrun. I guess with Stasis Traps, it's okay, especially if we can kill the 4th base. Stalker's doing okay. Extra Stasis Traps trying to go down. Oh, I like the way he stands his ground. Only when a lot of Zerglings engage at once will they get in. Lings get in the wall off. Big surprise there. Just kidding. Every single hero game ever. Stasis Traps freezing more and more units. Oh, Broodling's setting off that last one. Only 2 probes go down, so that's not too bad. He will get back and deal with it. I wonder if Solar realizes that there's no Blink this game. I bet this is one of those games where he's going to get to the end of it. He's going to like probably win this and be like, you know what? Something weird about the way those Stalkers were moving in that game. I can't quite put my finger on it. There's something. Stalker Zealot hanging on out. He's got a 4th on the right now. It's kind of the you know, unpredictable 4th base. Charge is here, guys. So he's got 23 non-Blink Stalkers. Please start Blink. Please start Blink. Dude, herO is trolling us right now by not starting Blink. Stalker Zealot comes forward. He's still trying to just attack with non-Blink Stalkers. Guys, there's no way this makes sense. If he wins this game with non-Blink Stalkers, I don't know, man. And he lets all the Lings in again! herO. Once again revealing the dichotomy of man. He's committing to a 3 base, empty 4th base. I guess he was kind of probing his fault. He's trying to go 4 base non-Blink Zealot mass. Finally starts blinking +2. Dude, this is a special. Like I said, you got to go splash. You have to transition off Gateway if your Blink's delayed that long. But he's like only now going double. These are the points where I criticize herO the most. It's like on the fly, game's gone into a bit of an unknown position, and herO just starts to do random things sometimes. And I think this was a really bad choice sticking with the Blink aggression when you don't actually have Blink. I think he should have transitioned a lot faster. That's a slick reaction though. I thought he was going to lose those units, but saves all of them. Good probe save. He doesn't have any gases up, so even with double Robo, all he's going to be able to do is get a few Immortals out, and then he's going to hit a sharp gas fall-off cliff. So he needs to get 2 gases right now. 8 gates, 2 Robos, +2s coming in. Only 300 gas in the bank. If he starts, say, a +3 attack or something, I don't know, man. He's in trubs. Now, to be fair, I've been talking about herO. Solar was very slow on droning because of all the pressure and the sheer number of gateway units. And not knowing that Blink wasn't there is a whole thing. 5th base on the bottom side is coming up. +2 melee, Adrenal Glands, +2 range. But he doesn't really have anything other than Ravager Ling Bane, which would be a problem if herO had good units, which herO doesn't. herO's only got Zealot Stalker now. herO does have +1 armor, which is awesome. That's actually a really good upgrade for like Zealots against Zergling interactions, that sort of stuff. Stalkers are blinking on him. Oracle's going to chase this part of the army down in the north. Those Zealots get cleaned up. Units lost tab is in favor of herO, but for how long? He's finally got Blink. And of course he uses it to blink towards the Zerg at first, but now he starts using it to back away, and I think that's a good choice. Double Robo. Oh god, these could be big! Well, only get 6 probes. Could have been worse. Stalkers going to be taking out some of these units and starting to do their blink back micro. I love those 2 Stalkers on the right just YOLOing deep into enemy territory. Does need a 5th base, does herO. herO, he's winning the trading. He's blink now is going to give him so much more maneuverability. Stasis traps still give him a bit of a fallback point. Zealots on the right side. There's only 1 Spinecrawler, and it's not well positioned. It's left a bit of a bigger opening for the Zealots, so it isn't quite as good at tanking as it could be. And oh my gosh! Omega Stasis. Banelings roll in the right side. 12 probes do go down. That is big. herO is not reprobing. herO is throwing his army into the meat grinder right now, and that's going to play into Solar's hands, because Solar doesn't have a lot of long-term stuff going on. He's only now making his double Lurkinen. But if herO can overwhelm, he might just win the game. with those 2-1 upgrades, he's trying to catch these units, but as the stasis trap comes out, Solar says, okay, I'll just try and fight with both sides at once. He's actually too far behind. I can't believe it. herO with the forgetting to make blink build. And this is the thing. I've always said herO has the ability to make crazy comebacks and reversals and win games he kind of shouldn't versus Solar. Whereas Solar doesn't really have that same ability against herO. There's like a psychological edge. There's an it factor. There's a chaotic, crazy decisions that herO surprises Solar with. And he finds it hard to read what herO's doing in the game. And even with some successful baneling run bys, right now, herO, is he ahead? Not necessarily, but I mean, he is taking a 5th. Zerg hasn't restarted his 5th base. Doesn't have a lot of tech, but, you know, he's got better upgrades. Well, not really. +2 melee, +2 range are both done. Zerglings in the south are ready to try and deny, but he's just expanding to the right side. No splash damage for herO whatsoever. It's just Zealots, Stalkers, and Immortals. I mean, if Solar can just get gas up here and go 10 gas Lurker, it almost feels like there's no threat of herO transitioning because he's just hanging out on 4 gases, no extra gas, and he's just not really transitioning. Like, he starts building probes into Templar Archives now, so I guess he's thinking about Storm, but it's a pretty belated transition. I think Solar has a lot of time to make Mass Lurker here. Seismic Spines is on the way. Adaptive Talon's queued up behind it. He's already got his first 6 Lurkers basically finished. 4 are done there. 2 more about to join him. Double Immortal production starting, and now we got some gas coming. Okay, so hero's thinking about his gas shortage. Here we go. So now he's adding gateways. He's going to go up to 13 gateways. He's going to go from 4 up to 8 gases. I think hero's realizing, okay, this game's going to go a lot longer. I need to actually chill. Chat says, I swear herO even lets the Zerglings into his base when he's playing PvT. Baneling's got some decent hits on the Zealots there. I think that was an alright trade for Solar, even though overall he's still down 4,000. He's still stuck on a pretty low tier army, but I mean, it's mostly Stalkers and Zealots. It's just, if like Storm and 8 Immortals come in, suddenly hero's army like jumps up in power, and Solar's stuck on a pretty low tier amount of Roach Zergling. 50 Zerglings, 16 Roaches. Obviously, he's up to 10 Lurkers now, which is good, but they need to be supported. He needs to get his army back there. You cannot leave those Lurkers in the open, my friend. He's ready to flank. I guess he's going to try and swarm the flank, but I mean, the Lurkers are in the open, dude. He gets caught. Solar, it should be a trap. Is it a trap? It's working. Oh my god, it is a trap. The Lurker unburrow was actually a trap. I think that was a conscious decision. I thought it was crazy. I was so afraid for Solar dying, and Solar said, no, it's a trap. I'm going to unburrow in front of him. Quickly reburrow. He's going to dive, and the rest of my army will flank and surround. And Roachling, if they're able to surround like that, just stunning victory. And you can see now heroes, no Storm, just Immortals and Archons out onto his Zealot Stalker army, and he's going to get rolled. He's going to get rolled. herO actually could have brought this game back, but Solar finds his way back into this game. Wow, what a hot mess of a StarCraft match that was. herO, keep things messy, dude. I don't know what's going to happen next. That's awesome. All right, guys, into the next game to decide it. herO in the bottom right side. Unfortunate. I feel like if he remembered Blink, that should have gone his way pretty hard. Then again, you never know. You never know. herO might have like overcommitted or something like that, and something could have gone awry. But definitely felt like the fact that it was still so close after forgetting Blink for so long was a big one. Him not transitioning is crazy, but I think it actually worked out. I think it worked out quite well. Now, to be fair, guys, hero's not scouting this game. So Solar gets a much cleaner hatchery first, but herO also is going to have like way more money and stuff, right? So Nexus goes down 123. He can go straight into the Cybercore. Notice he's already got 3 workers on gas this whole time. I have pointed out that if you go gas first, you don't need to pull off minerals onto gas at all because you have so much gas already from not probe scouting. He still does that weird thing where he pulls off minerals onto gas, but you're going to notice, and I just want to point this out for anyone who doesn't, any Protoss players studying their builds. If you guys want to do a no scout build, these guys are much better off if you stack them on these middle patches that are a little bit further away because they take so long to mine from the natural. This has been tested 1,000 times. Pro gamers like to do this these days just because they're a bit lazy. See, this worker here is mining so much more than those two. So if you stack them both there and then you rally onto the gas, it's a little better, but it is what it is. That being said, guys, look at this when the Cybercore is finished. He's already got enough to start a Stargate and an Adept immediately. And he's also going Twilight. And this is, yeah, he does this all the time. And then, so he pulls off minerals onto gas, and then he goes Twilight, and then he's going to pull 2 workers off gas after starting the Robo. It's such a bonkers build order, man. It's a small detail, but I'm just like, why does he pull off minerals onto gas with a build order that's like not gas focused at all? We'll see. He might do a different variation, but normally it's builds robo and then pulls off gas. Let's see, does he do it? Oh, he might be going DTs. Is this a DT version? Okay, I think he's doing a Dark Templar build. He's not doing the Glaive Adept build, guys. Interesting. Depth shading around. I had a random question in chat about someone asking about the 1515 Proxy Marauder. Definitely just check Harstom's video. He's done that build a lot more than me. If you guys want to do that Proxy Marauder, go to Harstom's. It went up like a week ago, roughly, the video, and it was like, they never GG this broken build or something like that, I think is the title. If you just go to Harstom's YouTube, trust me, whenever he does it, is much more optimized. Because I was screwing around with that build, and I only played a few games, and I immediately was just checking Harstom's VOD to optimize the opening. Because my first game or two, I was building too many SCVs. It's 15 barracks, 15 gas, 15 second barracks is the build order. It is indeed a Dark Shrine, guys. Third gas goes down pretty quickly. It's interesting because this is a 4-gate version. So he wants to go into the Archons pretty quickly, most likely, or just be very active with those DTs. Pylon. Where's the pylon? Okay, it's already building in the main. So he goes third gas, pylon, then fourth gas, and then he goes for another pylon right after. And yeah, he's done this all off one Adept, one Stalker. Very vulnerable to getting Bane busted or anything because you have no vision. So this build straight up dies basically to a Bane bust, especially with this wall off. Because only now, when the Dark Shrine in his gateway is finished, do you suddenly have a lot of power. Now, he can warp in as soon as he's got 500 minerals, 500 gas. So if he sieges up right here, you can see exactly as he hits 500 minerals and 500 gas, warps in at 425. Very good timing on this warp in. Maybe 422, 423 is when the first warp in started. So he's going to run in and go for these queens. Man, the Lings going across the map's very greedy. A queen already dies. Sol is trying to put on counter pressure. He's like, I can't let a third go up behind this, but another queen goes down. Oh, one of the DTs falls though. I mean, you killed 2 queens, so it's okay damage, but you really don't want to be losing DTs. Oh my gosh. Went a bit farther as well. Normally you want to hang out between the middle area and just keep going back and forth. So now he's got to warp in another DT to make sure he's okay. 4 Lings do go down on the counter attack. He's got to warp that DT in right now. He's making an immortal. He's supply blocked. Oh god. Kills his own probe so that he can warp in the extra DT. Otherwise it's just going to be too slow on morphing in the Archons. As long as you've got 1 Archon or a few DTs guarding, you should always be okay. But oh my god, not if they have 50 Zerglings. Solar gets an Archon snipe. This is huge. Dude, that is so bad for herO's opening. With this opening, you are not allowed to lose DTs and Archons. It is just so much better for Zerg. Because look, 54 drones. I think it might just be game over. herO needs to do some truly magic stuff to bring it back from here. And he's actually going for a 2-base timing. What the hell? He's doing a 2-base Immortal Archon push. If Solar just takes 5 gas, which he's already done, he's already on 5 gas. And if he just masses Roach Ravager, he literally can't lose to this. He's got 5 queens, 3 roaches out. He will lose potentially a queen there. Yeah, 1 queen goes down. Make it 2. Tanks a bit of spore damage, and that prism does take a lot, but he can pull back. And that's good damage for herO. Don't get me wrong. But if you just mass Roach Ravager, you're fine. And seeing no third, there's no reason to drone past 56 drones. You're already up 10 workers on a 2-base Protoss. That's obviously a fake third base. If Solar gets tricked by that third Nexus going down and goes back to droning, then that's on him. This is such a blatant all-in from herO. And don't get me wrong, it's herO, so he very well might just go back to building probes because he's crazy. But he's basically just going to hit a +1 timing in about a minute and a half. Overseer's going to come in, sees the Forge, sees the Zealots and Immortals building up. I mean, they're so obvious. And Solar just mass Roach Ravager, send about a bunch of Roach Ravager around to counterattack. It is also not a bad idea against this build. So when he moves across the map, you counterattack, you bust in, start blowing up pylons, and you know, basically just make him completely all in. And that makes up for the fact that you're not building any drones. But yeah, 5 gas Roach Ravager will do it. 6th gas is actually not a bad idea, just to make more Ravagers, because they're so good against Immortal Archon. He's still scouting with his Zergling. Solar playing a clinical game 3, and herO. I didn't mind his build order, but I do think he messed up the execution a little bit. This is crazy. Battery goes down. 3rd Nexus will die. I mean, it's an all-in, so he doesn't really care about losing the 3rd Nexus. Killing a bunch of Lings could be good, but look how much Roach Ravager there is, man. The Archon's dropping on top. Oh my gosh. There's so much Zerg, and there's so little Protoss. Dude, herO is getting rolled right now. Massive plays for Solar. herO getting a little bit too fancy in this series, and he's going to lose an Immortal before he can even get his Prism over there. The Zealots on the left getting cleaned up. herO will save 2 Immortals and just about nothing else. His +1 attack finishes seconds after. I mean, this +1 attack was so badly timed. Were you planning to hit it 8 minutes? Like, it's just such a late timing. It's kind of befuddling looking at the way he did that, right? Dude, you need to be pulling back. I mean, the Immortal Prism Micro is good. I don't see you defending this counterattack, but maybe with... Oh, Force Fields could be good. Oh, but now the sentries are being shown. Yeah, he should be able to just break these Force Fields, especially if he has like a good Ling rally, which it seems like he does. The Immortal's getting so low. They're spending just as much time getting picked up and transported as they are actually shooting. And as good micro as that is, you just lost all your sentries. He's going to try and warp in more Zealots. Third Nexus goes down. Solar shuts him down in this game. And this is looking fantastic. Evo Chamber on the way in the back. 58 drones to 46. We'll see how it goes. 2 Immortals in a Warp Prism. These 2 Overseers as well. Ooh, bouncing around. Bouncing around. Marauders hanging out. Immortals hanging out. This is game over, guys. If he wins this game, it would be like Solar walking into a nuke. If Solar loses this game, it would be stunningly, shockingly surprising. I say herO can make comebacks, but against Solar, and he does quite a lot. Not from here, not this far behind. I mean, he's trying to do it with Force Fields and Immortals, which Mass Ravager is just so good against. Especially as he has Banelings. And to be fair, Solar's income isn't that big. His 4th base is like super late. I feel like he could have been way greedier this game. But oh my god, he gets the Prism. That's just leave. You just lost your Prism with 2 Immortals in it, herO. Pay the man. Pay the man. Come on. You know what's owed. You know what's owed, mate. You can tap now, buddy. I mean, obviously it's fine to stay in and play. I'm kidding. But you know when you lose 2 Immortals in a Warp Prism that your time is done. That was a dark-esque move from Solar. A very sexy way to finish things off. And how many Immortals has he lost this game? It says only 3. I think he's lost more than 3. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like... Had he only lost 1 up to that point? Maybe. 10 kills, 16 kills, and 2 fresh Immortals. 2 freshies. I like the Sentry warping on that right side. Man, the Ravager count. Yeah, just come around the left with a bunch of units. Come around the left as Solar. You're maxed out. You're up 80 army supply, guys. I think you could A-move and look away and you'd win this fight. Even once the force field's clear, you'd still have so much army left. But of course, he biles them down. Battery overcharge goes down. Banelings are hugging the Immortal Sentry. The bile's landing on them. The Immortal and the Natural is about to go down as well. And Solar brings it back with a 2-1 victory.